Global clothing production generates a massive volume of physical waste, and that discarded material continues to pile up at an accelerating rate. Before a product even reaches a retail shelf, production inefficiencies and textile waste drain over $300 billion from the global industry every year. For British brands, this global waste is compounding a local trade crisis. Since the post-Brexit transition, fashion exports from the UK to the European Union have seen a sharp 60% drop. This collapse is driven by complex new rules of origin and severe tariffs that have bottlenecked supply chains at the border. With export markets fragmented and material costs rising, eliminating production waste is now the primary mechanism for maintaining financial solvency in the UK. In response, the British Fashion Council and the Circular Fashion Innovation Network have mandated an industry-wide shift toward a circular ecosystem, a system designed to reuse materials and eliminate new production. This bar chart shows high initial engagement, with 82% of fashion businesses reporting that they have implemented at least one circular initiative. However, 0% of those same companies report confidence in their ability to actually scale these models beyond the pilot phase. Brands are hitting three specific walls: the challenge of financial viability, the difficulty of communicating circular value to customers, and the weight of operational complexity. A successful sustainability pilot is essentially stranded if the underlying operational friction prevents it from replacing the core linear business model. Solving the raw material waste barrier requires intervention during the initial design phase, circumventing the need for new imports entirely. Independent designers like Charlotte Rose Kirkham and Greta Moeller are building premium, sought-after labels without importing any new textiles. They achieve this by utilizing pre-loved materials and dead stock, surplus fabrics discarded by larger manufacturers, integrating circularity into the core of their operations. This methodology allows indie labels to maintain a high fashion appeal while bypassing the international tariffs and supply chain delays that affect new material imports. These designers are proving that upcycling functions as a high-margin business model that naturally neutralizes modern trade barriers. Overcoming operational complexity at scale requires technology that can manage thousands of variables simultaneously. This digital schematic shows how startup Zerotech uses AI to rearrange pattern pieces on a fabric grid, seeking to eliminate negative space before cutting. This optimization saves 15% more raw material than conventional methods and prevents 2 kilograms of carbon emissions per garment. Larger players are also adopting these tools. A recent AI pilot with ASOS demonstrated how high-speed data optimization can accelerate the reshoring of manufacturing back to the UK. Localizing production allows brands to bypass the friction at the border, resulting in lower costs and much shorter turnaround times. AI provides the logistical framework needed to return production to the UK, effectively insulating the supply chain from external shocks. The final barrier is customer adoption, achieving a circular model that is financially viable at scale across different price points. CFIN data shows a strategic split. Premium brands protect product longevity by prioritizing repair services, with a 57% adoption rate. In contrast, mid-market retailers lean into high-volume take-back schemes, showing 38% adoption as they move to recover and recycle materials. Rental models provide a third pathway. Platforms like My Wardrobe HQ generate revenue while extending a single luxury garment's life up to 15 times. For these models to survive financially, the circular mechanism must align specifically with the brand's price point and existing customer behavior. The industry is moving toward a self-sustaining system, an unbreakable loop where material is continuously recovered and reused. Circular fashion has evolved into a strategic operational shield that protects the industry from global market volatility. This combination of AI-optimized cutting, the use of dead stock-based design, and new ownership models effectively neutralizes the supply chain vulnerabilities created by modern trade barriers. This shift is codified in the British Fashion Council's 2030 strategy, which moves the industry's focus away from sheer production volume and toward growth driven by technology and creativity. The UK is demonstrating that environmental responsibility and economic stability are now driven by the same operational mechanisms. In this new economy, the greatest financial value of a garment is only realized when it is kept permanently out of a landfill.